Hello PCQIs and welcome back. And in this segment we're going to be talking about US exports meeting China requirements, a PCQI's perspective. So stay tuned and let's do this. Here we go again. PCQI, and here we go. China export requirements, right? For US exports, a PCQI's perspective. So in this part, we're given a task as a PCQI to basically put together what we need to do for us to prepare on our programs, policies, procedures, forms, or training materials for our company that's going to be exporting US-made products overseas. In this particular requirements, it's going to be for China. So first things first is we're going to either provide, collect, or assess these from the team, or maybe from the business development team or marketing team for our US export division. Those requirements are bill of lading, commercial invoice, a sales contract, pro forma invoice, certificate of origin signed by the local chamber of commerce, okay, and we'll go over those process later on, automated export system, AES filing, custom declaration, of course, insurance policy, the health certificate, okay, sample of original label, and sample of the Chinese label, right? This is for the Chinese requirement for the label to be in Chinese. Specialized document, import quota certificate for general commodities. This is only if it's applicable, but you need to look into that, PCQI, just in case you're tasked to do this. Specialized documents such as import license. Now on specialized documents or import license, sometimes the facility has to be USDA certified for their process. Okay, this is part of your sanitary certificate requirements. Specialized document, again, inspection certificate issued by the General Administrator of Quality Supervision, Inspection, and Quarantine, which is AQSIQ, or its local bureau, right, where applicable. Now, we put the word applicable here because you don't know if they are, so just get them ready. I have performed about 3 facility registration through AQSIQ services, okay, for China, so a lot of the times they're required. Specialized document, other safety or quality licenses. Export document requirements, which we put on here. It's going to repeat some of this, so bear with us. Bill of lading, commercial invoice, shipping and packing list, the sales contract, pro forma invoice, certificate of origin signed by the local chamber of commerce, AES filing, custom declaration, insurance policy, health certificate, sample of original label, sample of Chinese label, and specialized document where applicable, where I have mentioned. So that's just kind of a quick summary on that one requirement. The next part of it is the meeting China's regulation on imported food. This is Decree 248 requirements. We're going to need the China General Administrative Customs GACC registration number, registration in China via the FDA Export Listing Module or ELM. Now these are a separate application and per product category. Keep that in mind. FDA Establishment Identifier or FEI to serve as approval number for on export list. Valid food facility registrations, and we're going to need a GMP inspection report for establishment that have not been inspected by FDA, USDA plant number for establishment that are routinely inspected by USDA. You're going to need the product name and the scheduled B/HTS number to the 8 or 10 digit level. Okay, so these are 8 or 10 digit level when you're looking at your numbers. U.S. Export Controls Program, and we're going to need to comply with 15 CFR Part 732, steps for using the EAR, and 15 CFR Part 734, which is the scope of the Export Administration Regulation requirements, and another 15 CFR Parts 36, which is your general prohibition requirements, 15 CFR Part 738, Commerce Control List Overview in the and the country chart, and 15 CFR Part 740, License Exceptions, 15 CFR Part 742, Control Policy, CCL-based controls. So 15 CFR Part 743, Special Reporting and Notification, 15 CFR Part 744, Control Policy, End User and End Use Requirements, 15 CFR Part 745, Chemical Weapons Convention Requirements. Okay, so if you have those waiver or the applicability, you need to assess those. And 15 CFR Part 746, Embargoes and Other Special Controls. 15 CFR Part 748, Applications, which is Classification, Advisory, and License and Documentation Requirements. 15 CFR Part 750 or 750, Application Processing, Issuance, and Denial. 15 CFR Part 754, Short Supply Controls. And Part 756, Appeals and Judicial Review. Part 758, Export Clearance Requirements and Authorities. Part 760, Restrictive Trade Practices or Boycotts. Part 762, Record Keeping. Part 764, Enforcement and Protective Measures. Part 766, Administrative Enforcement Proceedings. Part 768, Foreign Availability Determination, Procedures and Criteria. Part 770, Interpretations Requirements. Part 772, Definition of Terms, Compliance. Part 774, the Commerce Control List. All right, so you're going to need to make an assessment of the applicability of these PCQI. Number 4 on this requirement is labeling and marking requirements, and this is going to be per label. Okay, so if you're sending multiple products with different label, you're going to need to do these. So what you're required to do or check on this one or verify PCQI, name, specification, net content, and date of production on the product, table of ingredients or formulation, producer name, address, and contact information, just in case you're using a co-manufacturer or a co-packer, you're going to need to declare that. The shelf life, code of product standards, storage requirements, generic name of the food, additives as used in the national standards, production license number, other information that must be indicated in accordance with applicable law, regulation, and food safety standards. Now, the other part of it, it's going to be just follow the U.S. standards at this point, and then once you submit this, AQSIQ will also check on it and actually will also line up the testing requirement you need for that product. Depending on your label claims. That's been my experience on it. They actually would test your product based on what you're claiming on your label, and if you're short and you're going to do overages, then you're going to have to then recalculate and resubmit those. So there's a little bit of intricacy there on that part. And then on the C section here under others, this is only if and when it's applicable. Intellectual property protection, registration of patents and trademarks if applicable. Now, in this part, you've seen a lot of things in the news in the past about your patent or trademarks not protected in China. What we've seen, and practiced for this part of the requirement, if your product or your likeness / your brand and whatnot, it's not an OEM, it's actually you having this master distributor partner in China. Highly, super highly recommend. Register your patent and trademark in China to protect your investment, okay? Just let us know if you need assistance on that so we can direct you to the proper law firm or processing agency that provides those type of services. Once again, it's info@consultairinc.com. So let me end that. This is just a quick overview of the summary. It's not very detailed. We just wanted to let you know some of those. So just in case if your facility or if you have a product or a client that's looking to export from the made in USA or US made products and are sending it to China, that at least you have something to basically share with them of what needs to be accomplished. Anyways, PCQI, have a great day. See you next time. Contact us. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks again, PCQIs. Have a good one.